Here we go. So thank you everyone for joining us. Today's topic is marketing secrets made easy for tennis clubs and pros. My name is Robert Fernandez, and before we get into everything, I want to make sure I can congratulate everyone for showing up here today, because one of the things is being able to ask for help. Not everyone is comfortable with asking for help. Some people feel that, hey, I don't want to ask that. That might be a dumb question. And I just want to let everyone know this is a new era that we're living in of digital and the marketing and the online world, that there's no dumb questions. It's just making sure everyone knows what we need to do and to get the right solutions out there. So if everyone can also please turn off your cell phones, and also feel free to introduce yourself in the comments. And we're going to be taking questions throughout the presentation as well. Today's outline we're going to focus on is a little bit about ourselves, myself, and the other presenter I'll be introducing shortly. What the goal is for today: free and low-cost tools that you can currently use now, the power behind having great reviews, utilizing your website and SEO to be its optimal point, as well as social media and what you can be doing immediately. And of course, my secret success formula, which is something that's more on the latter end of this presentation. So if you want to know what the secret sauce is and the secret formula, you have to wait to the end. And of course, we're going to present with you some great ways to save time. And the key word there is tools. And another great word is automation. So let me begin by introducing myself. Yes, I graduated from the University of Rochester. My background is with engineering. I also became an elite USPTA pro. And in 2010, we were able to launch Tennis Worlds, where we had zero students then. Now we have over 7,000 students in the past decade. This is something that's not just based on referrals, but also the importance of being able to be ranked in the top spot in Google and above and beyond all these other great organizations on there. And the key thing is knowing what to do, how to do it, and having the right team with you. So we want to be able to help other tennis owners and tennis pros be able to fill the gap between the information and the marketing tools that are out there to actually implement and really get results for yourselves. So the next person that we have here is the person who makes it all happen. And Stoli, I'll let Stoli introduce himself.
What's going on, everybody? I am so thankful to be here. Thank you, Robert, for the introduction. My name is Apostoli. Call me Stoli. It's a long Greek name, but Robert and I met through this thing called the internet, where he actually approached me and was like, hey, I really like what you're doing. I think if we partner up, we can really help transform not only local businesses, but businesses that specialize in tennis, that have tennis academies. So that's what we're here to do today. Drop a lot of value, but a little bit more about me. Right now, I'm in Philadelphia. I went to Drexel University. I worked at Johnson & Johnson at a young age. I have a background in engineering as well. That's why Robert and I really have some great personality traits that tie into what we do. And I really focus on this thing called the Harvard Lead Response Management Method. That means that if you contact a lead within 5 minutes, that when it's generated, you have more of a chance, 400% more of a chance of qualifying that lead. We'll dive more into that later, but Robert and I are here to add as much value as possible and educate you and give you actionable steps so that today you're able to actually go after this presentation and implement this as soon as possible. So thank you for the introduction, and let's get started.
All right. So a couple of little words of inspiration by Thomas Jefferson. The man who stops advertising to save money is like the man who stops the clock to save time. So it's always about promotion. It's always about advertising. You want to make sure you're always out there. Today's goal is how to acquire new students. How do you are able to get more tennis students to be able to arrive to your location. And we're going to be presenting some free items, some low-cost items, and some low-effort secrets that can make a huge impact. And again, you don't have to be a computer whiz. You just have to be able to have the willingness to want to be able to learn how to navigate through this digital jungle. So we're going to be speaking about three key concepts. One is going to be reviews. The second one is going to be website and SEO. And the third segment is going to be about social media. So these are all three items that will make a huge impact with acquiring new students. And now we're going to go into the review section, because this right here is such an incredible way to be able to acquire new students without having to pay any money. So here we go. Stoley?
Wonderful. So Robert, scroll back up a second, because I definitely want to talk about that statistic. This is so important. And I know many of us here have shopped on Amazon, probably all of us, right? And what do we do when we look at products? We look at reviews. If it's not a 5-star or 4.9 star, and there's another product that has low reviews, this is just the way basic human psychology works with buying. And the same thing is happening right now in your tennis business, because 95% of customers are going to read reviews before purchasing, before calling you, before booking any sessions, before booking any summer camps. It's absolutely crucial that you not only have the right reputation, a strong reputation, but you also display these reviews, because it's absolutely powerful. This is what triggers customers to buy with you, stay with you, and again, refer you, because reviews are the ultimate referral source, because they're going to go on there and see that social proof that, hey, you know what? I went to Tennis World, New York City. I'm going to give you an awesome example in a second, where they saw on that map pack when they Googled tennis lessons New York City, or tennis lessons near me, or tennis coach near me. The first thing that it's going to happen is they're going to go over those reviews to make sure that you are legit, you are the expert, and you're the best person for them to learn tennis. So go to the next slide, Robert. We're going to give you a really cool pro tip here. Again, we're here to add a lot of value, and so you can add these things directly into your business as soon as possible. So the pro tip is asking every happy customer for a review. It's priority number one. Robert does this in his business. I do this in my business as well. So the pros that are related with the review, it's happening during small talk. It's not really like you're going to hard sell someone. It's like, hey, you know what? Do you mind just leaving us a 5-star review? And you can even have a link that you provide them. And we're going to give you a secret sauce tip at the end on how you can automate this, so you don't have to go through your notes and dig through that link. So at the end of a lesson, when most people are checking their phone anyways to see who texted them, see what's going on, are they ordering their Uber, are they ordering food, whatever is going on, you want to make sure that you can go ahead and just ask them, like, hey, you know what's on your phone? Do you mind just leaving me a 5-star review? I'll text you the link. Or you can go on to the business profile. Even if you're smart, you can even have that on your website already. And that's something that Robert and I are going to teach you as well. So always have that link ready to use, and have that at your disposal, especially right after a lesson. That's a pro tip that we're going to give you today. So for clubs, have a tablet at your registration desk with windows for each review site ready. Let's say you have Google. Let's say you have all the other review channels that I'm about to go over in the next slide ready. That is going to massively increase not only the amount of reviews you're going to get, but that also ranks your site higher. So if you go to Google and you see the map pack, which I'll provide a screenshot in one of the next slides, you're going to see that the volume and the quality of reviews is what drives Google to trust your website. And you can send up follow-up emails after individual lessons with direct links to your review sites as a reminder to book their lesson. We have a software that automates all this. So let's go to the next slide. And this is exactly what I just mentioned for Robert's business, Tennis World NYC. You can see that Robert has a cohesive website with testimonials, with reviews. He has 5 stars on Yelp. He also has 5 stars on Facebook. But more importantly, you can see all on the right-hand side where at the bottom there's 4.7 stars, but he has 72 reviews. That drives a lot of different buyers or customers that are Googling to say, hey, you know what? Tennis World NYC is legit. I want to go ahead and give them a call and see what their packages are. It really triggers this buying psychology in the customer who's going to go ahead and purchase a tennis lesson to pick up the phone, call, and ultimately become a customer. Next slide, Robert. And I mentioned this earlier, top tennis review sites, shoot for 5 stars wherever customers find you. So let's say you have that tablet, you have Google open, you have Facebook open, you have Yelp, you have Groupon, and Play Your Court. These are the top tennis review sites where the more reviews you have, not only are you ranked higher, the more trust the more authority you're going to have in your space, no matter what market that you're in, that customers are just going to see and say, like, you know what? It's a kind of a no-brainer. It's the same way, going back to the Amazon example, that why would you get a product that has 4.1 stars versus a product that has 4.8 stars and more reviews? It's just the same way it's working now in 2020 and beyond. And there's a massive bonus here that Robert also put in here, which is links on review sites create backlinks that actually boost your credibility to the search engine. So that's a technical aspect of SEO, search engine optimization, and making sure that you are credible to Google, which will then reward you for being credible and ranking you higher. Next slide.
So I just want to let everyone know, if you have any questions or any comments, feel free to make them now. We're going to be answering questions at the end. But yeah, so this way you don't forget it. Feel free to put it in the chat. We'll be, and if for some reason we are not able to answer the questions during the course of this meeting, we'll send you an email regarding our responses. The next segment we're going to speak about, so we just finished the importance of reviews. Now we're going to go on to the second segment, which is the importance of having an amazing website and SEO.
You got it. And I think, Robert, this is all you.
Okay. No, so well, the great thing about a website is you want to make sure that you have the right content, putting it onto the website, and you want to be able to make sure that because of the key information that you're putting on there, that it's able to trigger some things with Google to be able to rank you a little bit higher. So it doesn't matter if you're the website administration or if you built the website yourself. Here goes some simple things that you can do to have the largest impact. Sully?
Awesome. And yeah, I just wanted to touch on that too. With the website, the most common mistake, or the most common thing that we see when we sit down with a lot of tennis pros and their clubs, their website is not mobile responsive. This is huge, and it will kill your ranking. So if your website's not mobile responsive, make sure you check that. Type in your website into Google Chrome or Safari to make sure that it is mobile responsive, because that is what enhances the end user experience. Around, I think, 80% of searches that happen on Google are mobile. So I just wanted to put that out there as another pro tip. So critical points, we got 3 here. Register on Google My Business. That's basically the card that you see when you type in Tennis World New York City or a restaurant, and it has the hours, it has the reviews, it has the photos. You want to make sure that you are registered on Google My Business. And an important fact here is around 48% of listings have significant errors, whether it's an outdated website, a broken link, whether it is a link that was broken that was from an old summer camp that's not updated, or even hours. Hours is probably the biggest thing that we see. But what's staggering is 48% of these listings have significant errors. So it is absolutely essential that you claim your listing, you update it with correct details like your name, your business name, your address, your phone number, and you update photos on a consistent basis. Absolutely critical point right there. Second point here is use keywords effectively. So you want to make sure you do your research. Like, for example, Robert's business, Tennis World NYC, it has tennis and NYC in it, which ranks him just organically because he has that keyword in it. So you can see here as an example is tennis lessons in New York City. If you have that in your title tag, if you have that in your meta descriptions and all the technical part of your website, Google's going to recognize that and basically show the customer who is searching, show them that website, because then that's what Google knows your website's about. If it just says South Jersey Tennis Club or something different where it just says tennis, but you don't have the actual keywords that you're ranking for, Google's not going to show that to the customer. So that's absolutely critical. Want to make sure you maximize the use of these keywords throughout your site. Page titles, subheadings, picture names, blogs, and videos. Videos is also a very key component to keyword ranking as well. Add videos to your website. Including a video on your website will boost engagement and drives around 157 increase in your organic traffic. Video ideas, very simple. Robert has this on his website as a live example, live testimonials, a club tour, meet the pro, hitting tips, and frequently asked questions. These are all huge because when they land on your website, they're now able to answer all of the questions that they may have in the back of their brain before they even pick up the phone and call you. This is so critical in making sure that they convert as a customer. That's what Robert and I specialize in. When someone who is a user comes to your website, how do we convert them into a customer? That's exactly, these critical points will help you with that and make sure that anyone that lands on your website will go ahead and become a customer. So Robert,
Yeah, because
any tips
I'll
on that?
also add that, when someone's selecting you as a business, you want to make sure that they get as much relevant information to make them feel comfortable for them to be able to purchase lessons. And what better way than to add videos, put testimonials of some happy customers, put information about yourself, stay connected with them. So then this way they feel that, hey, I really know Tennis World NYC. I've met already some of the pros. So when you show up, it makes everything so much easier. The transition from not knowing and not sure if this is the right decision to feeling really comfortable that they made the right decision. And that's what the videos do, is help you make sure that you did the right decision.
Absolutely.
So please, we just now finished that segment on the website and SEO. Again, if you have any questions, please write them down.
So really quick,
The next
Robert,
area that we're going to be talking about is social media. This is something that all of us already have been exposed to, at least I would hope so. And this is a really, really interesting point. Imagine this. 80% of companies online are under the impression that they deliver exceptional social media customer service, while only 8% of their customers say they agree. So there's a really crazy distinction between what you think of yourself compared to what other people really think of you. And it's because a lot of times people don't ask, and they think that they are the experts. This is what they want. No, it's really important to have that communication, so then this way you understand what your customers want, so you give them what they need. So now we're going to be talking about social media and the two very effective ways to be able to scale your business. One is by way of free attraction marketing, which is, it takes a little bit more time, but it's essential to be able to do it. So if you have the time to do this, 100% you want to be able to build your audience. And the great thing about building this audience is you're going to have a lot more students who are going to be a lot more loyal and responsive and engaging with you. The next area we're going to talk about are the paid ads, where there's going to be required some sort of investment upfront, but then the results can be pretty impactful. So it doesn't matter which one you choose. Either of them work. It just matters upon which vehicle you want to be able to use. The free attraction way, which just takes a little longer, the paid ads, which is a little bit more immediate. This is the secret that we've been able to use to be able to have this incredible success. So now I'm showing you this incredible formula. Traffic plus content plus deal equals revenue. So if there's one thing that you remember out of this entire meeting, is TCD equals revenue, okay? Traffic plus content plus deal equals revenue. So knowledge is great, but you know what? Implementation is key, because otherwise it's just useless information that was never applied. Here, this is the way it works, the TCD method. For traffic, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to go after where your target market is. So for example, if you're trying to build a great after-school program or a summer camp, you want to be able to go to where that audience is. So where are they? If you go onto Facebook now and you type in the area that you're located, so let's say you're located in Westchester, or let's say you're located in Queens or in Rochester, you would type in the name of that city plus the word tennis, I'm sorry, you would type in the name of that city plus the word either parent, mom, mommies, dad, daddy. So you want to be able to go to where the mommy groups are, the daddy groups are, because those are parents that have children that want to be able to introduce their children to certain activities. So one great way is to know where your audience is. Just by simply going into that search, right there, they're all in those mommy and daddy groups. If you want to reach out to more of the adults, well, join the fan groups right there on those tennis fan groups. They're there talking tennis. They're interacting with tennis. And how many should you join? As many as possible, because what you want to be able to do is you want to be where your audience is at. And this is a very important key point. When you go onto these sites, you do not want to sell yourself, promote yourself. The key contact here is being able to be where your audience is at, but you don't want to come across as that salesperson, because you're trying to build that credibility and you're trying to connect and become friends where your audience is at. The next key component is content. So when you want to attract as many people to your when you're in these groups and you want to be able to attract as many people, you want to be able to provide some amazing value. And what I like to say is provide these incredible value bombs, so you blow people's minds up. So then this way they're like, okay, this is fantastic information. I'm really curious about the content here. Who posted this? Oh, it's this individual. And then they go back because they're so blown away with such great content. How can you produce this great content? You can produce it by providing great tips and advice on tennis. You can provide it on with videos. You can provide it with ebooks, and of course, frequently asked questions. So there's a really great way to be able to connect with people, and that's providing them value. So when you're on these groups, you're not trying to sell, you're not trying to promote, you're there for one thing: provide great content, which they walk away saying, that was such valuable information. Let me know. I've now become curious to want to be Facebook friends with this individual. And then the other part is, the final part is the deal. So what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to put a great deal up on your wall. You don't want to put this deal on other groups. Like I said, you're only providing content and value. On your own Facebook, either group or profile page, you're putting up something known as self-destructing deals, which what that means is exactly that. You want to be able to have a deal that's going to be for a limited amount of time, and it's going to self-destruct after a certain amount of time. So for example, that could be after a certain amount of people have joined or taken advantage of this offer, or a certain date. The thing here is you don't want to add any payment links to your posts. You just want to make sure that if they want to obtain this deal, that they have a reaction, either like the post or love the post, and on the comment to say, hey, I'm interested, I want to know more about this. And then that's when you can send a direct message to be able to fulfill the offer that you've provided. So traffic, you go where the people are at, you provide great content for that audience, and then as they start becoming curious Facebook friends, then they start becoming friends with you, and then you can also become friends with them as well. And then now you have a great group of, if you're trying to build, let's say, kids after school program or summer camps, now you have great connections with moms, with dads who have children who are the decision makers, providing great content, and now giving them great offers on your own Facebook wall or business page. This is the key. And it's something that is free. It doesn't cost you anything. You just have to understand this concept and implement it, okay? These are some of the ways that we help engage people on our posts that have worked really, really, really well. One is called the ASK method, which is this. When it comes to X, and X could be forehands, backhands, volleys, serves, footwork, doubles, whatever you're trying to ask about. Say, so when it comes to serves, what is your biggest challenge, frustration, or question that you're struggling with? And you want to try to be as specific and detailed as possible here. So then this way people can say, hey, you know what? I really wish I had a better serve. So you want to get that engagement. And then what I like to do is ask the double question, which is, why, in your opinion, are you struggling with your serve? And the key reason behind asking this important question is because you're able to grab more information about the problem and identify the pain that they're having, the pain that they're going through. So then this way you can provide them with the exact solution. So it's not about what you think they want. It's you need to understand what is it that what's on their minds, what they want to become better, and to be able to answer and be relatable to them. A great way is on the next one is on the YouTube. If you go onto YouTube and type in things like tennis serve, tennis volley, you're going to be able to see dozens of videos that show you how to do a better tennis serve or how to do a better tennis volley. Well, guess what? Take a look at the ones that have the most amount of views. Take a look at what people are most interested in. The topics that people are most interested in on the views are the areas of topics for your own videos. So if you see 150,000 views on how to have a faster serve, well, guess what? Guess what kind of video you should be doing as well. So what you do is you take the information that you see that is important, that people are interested in, and then you create your own and make it your own. So then this way you engage with people on your own Facebook group, on your own Facebook wall, so then people see you as the authority. And a great way to do a post is people love stories, and they love to be to really be involved in what's happening. If you just do a simple, hey, a post like this is this and this is that, it's not, people don't relate to it. And what you want to do is you want to be able to be relatable and grab their attention and be able to do something spectacular, which is provide them great value and help them understand what is it that they need. And a great way that I use is to implement the following elements in my posts. So the first thing is I write down as my heading, what is your goal? So the goal would be, would you like 10 miles per hour faster on your serve? And then the struggles. You know, one of my students, Jessica, she was struggling really hard with this. Whenever she would serve, the other people would tee off on it. And then the epiphany, you know, and then a light bulb went off. And once I realized that I needed to pronate, or I needed to hold a racket differently, or I needed to serve in a different area, or take some off of my first serve to get it in, things like that, then that could be part of the epiphany part of the story. And then finally, the results. When I ended up doing that, I ended up getting more points, winning more matches because of this happening. And then you tie it back to the reader, which is, if you've been in the same situation like Jessica, where you didn't have that serve and things weren't working out, well, this is what could happen to you. And then you have the call to action. So if this is something that I could help you with, I'm more than happy to help you by doing this. You can text us, call us, go onto this website. And this is the method that I use whenever I write any posts. And this is what I highly recommend that you're able to do as well. And again, all of these things here are free to do. The most important thing here is to do it. It's very important to understand this one thing. And a lot of people don't understand this, and I want to make sure I make it very clear. Your Facebook profile is your business card. Your Facebook profile tells people who you are and what you do. And as soon as they go on to your Facebook profile, you have only a few seconds to make a really good impression with them. And you want to be able to tell them what is it that you solve. You want to be able to make sure that they understand that you are the authority, you're an expert in your field, and this is what I'm interested in. So for example, on mine, one of the things that I do as a digital marketing company is I help out dentists, and I put on there exactly what I do. I'm sharing free resources and helping dentists get 100 plus implant patients guaranteed. That's incredible. That's, if any dentist were to see that, they're, they would all be like, sign me up. So that's the niche that we're specializing in. And on your page, you want to be able to put your specialty, which is tennis. So everything here should be regarding your tennis commitment and describe who you are. And your cover and profile photo, your bio, your intro details, your feature photo, all have to be screaming that you're the authority, that you've reached the right location. Because when you're joining these mommy and daddy groups, and you put great content and they click, they're going to go to your Facebook profile. And when they go there, what are they going to see? Are they going to see you as the authority, or are they going to see a whole bunch of family photos? So you want to make sure that you connect with them and that you let them feel comfortable with who you are as that tennis professional. A very important point is each item here, you want to make sure you have call to action links. So if you go on to my link here and you click on that, you're able to be redirected to my website. And on my website, there they get a chance to receive more information. And along with that, they're able to ask any questions with our chatbot that we have set up. That I love having a 24/7 artificial intelligence operator. This way is the free way with the traffic, content, and the deal. Now let me explain to you a little bit about how this works, how TCD works for the paid ads. Well, you're still trying to attract traffic. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have great ads targeting a specific audience. So on your Facebook ad manager, you're able to profile the type of person that you want. You can profile them by, they're going to have a lot of questions that you need to answer. These are just some. You're going to say, hey, so what age are you looking for? What's the gender? What's the income? What city? What zip code? What are their interests? Because you're trying to understand who your customer is, and you're trying to make sure you send the relevant information to that specific audience. And then content. What do we do with content? You want to make sure you create outstanding and urgent value by knowing your students' biggest problems. Then in your ad, you tell them who you are to make them feel comfortable and connected with you, and what makes you the authority and how you can fix their problem. And then the last part is you want to make sure that you create a great deal. And you want to be able to take time to craft your deal so it covers all of the following points. The irresistible deal for a specific audience. So for example, something that's worked really well on my side is new students gets a buy one, get one free. And you want to make sure you add scarcity. For the first 7 people who purchase this, it's on a limited time offer. And you can put that sense of urgency with 1 week. Some pro tips here: ads with photos, videos, and something that's funny or engaging messages really get the best results. And this is the TCD method using paid ads. And this is also a great way to complement your existing ways of doing it on the free attraction marketing. And then we come up to some next level activities that you can do that can have a small amount of fees related to it. So for example, you can send SMS campaigns, email campaigns, drip campaigns. So this way you're always in the minds of the student to make sure that you're there, that there's always a deal, there's always something. You want to stay engaged and in front of them. I send text messages, I send email campaigns, and it's really important to make sure that you have a great way to do this. Again, to stay in front of the individual, to be relevant. So this way they're like, you know what? I want to make sure I buy. Something that I'm such a huge fan on, and I have on my website, is a chatbot. It's when people go onto your website, they're looking for information. They're looking for something to do and to be able to find something specific. If you have a chatbot and you are able to have an artificial intelligence chatbot say, hi, how can I help you? And give them options, and they're clicking on it, you're now engaging with them. And the people who engage and answer their questions first are the ones who get the business first. The specific statistic there is 80%. And the last thing you want to do is have people navigate onto your website, and then an interruption occurs, and they end up going off your website, and they forgot why they went there. So you want to stay connected, and the chatbot does that 80% of the time. And then retargeting. Whenever people go onto your website and they don't do anything, let's say they don't fill out an email, they don't fill out their phone number or reach out to you, you have a great lead. Well, a really important thing is to put pixels onto your website that is an algorithm that is able to help with retargeting, to be able to retarget those lost sales and be able to reach those customers even after they've left the website and provided no information. And the key word there is pixels. Love those pixels. So Stoli's going to talk a little bit now about what you can do when you really want to go even another level above, and which is complete automation.
Awesome. So I know Robert dropped a lot of value just now speaking about the TCD method, especially with paid ads, organic. So I just want to touch upon automation because we actually just had a call with someone who's a general manager at a tennis club, and they said, how can I automate? What are the next best things I can automate with? And this is where it comes down to, where we have all of these different types of methods in one software. You see here, it's booking, the opportunities, the calendar, the SMS, the emails, the retargeting, all in one platform where not only you can have access to it if you're a general manager like this specific person, or you can even train and onboard your team to use this to make sure that revenues are going up. You have transparency to how much you're collecting, all in one software. And this connects with all different apps that you might already have. So it's not like you have to ditch your current software to use something like this. So this is how you take your business to the next level, by saving time with automation and lowering your overhead costs, just to have everything completely automated, and even skyrocket your attendance rates for people and students that are going to be coming to the tennis lessons by just having SMS and email implemented through a software like this. Go to the next slide, Robert. And this is just very basic. I'm gonna get through this pretty quickly. I have around 2 minutes before I have to route. So helping pros and clubs win. This is a 30-day plan that we develop with a lot of our different clubs, which is authority, ads, and automation. Authority comes with the website adjustments that we were talking about a little bit earlier. SEO for top keywords, directory listings, meaning that are you in Groupon? Are you associated with any associations like USPTA? Are you on the right social media pages? Ads, email campaign, and SMS text campaign. If you are sitting on a database of customers, you're going to have the right type of campaigns to go ahead and make a gold mine out of this. Automation, we already spoke about this. You can go to the next slide. Today's 60-day plan. And again, we're using authority, ads, and automation. You can see on the automation side, we're going to be using ongoing monthly success meetings with tracking reports, all in one software. And more importantly, you can see on the ads that we're actually using paid ads by the 60th day to make sure that we're starting to ramp up exponentially. Let's go to the 90-day plan. And that's basically it for the 90-day plan as well. We have an awesome explainer video, which basically shows them how you can do it from the authority perspective. Ads, we're starting to use Instagram ads, YouTube ads, retargeting. So if someone leaves your website, first time they go to YouTube, they're going to see your ad for your tennis club. Very powerful stuff. And automation, we always are going to have those monthly success meetings with the staff, with the general managers to make sure that we are hitting our targets with these certain campaigns from our all-in-one software.
Congratulations. A standing ovation. You guys have made it to the end. I just want to thank you for arriving here today. And if anyone would like a copy of this presentation, more than happy to send it to you. So feel free to reach out to us and we'll send you an email with this. Along with that, if you want a free 30-minute coaching call, that's what we're all about. We want to make sure that we can help you and point you in the right direction. So right now, I know Stoli has, he's going to be getting off the line right now. I'm going to be sticking on, and we're going to now bring on the Q&As.
Yeah, so one last thing before I go. Put in the chat, yes, if you found this valuable. Did you guys find this valuable? Because I know we went over a ton of different methods and strategies. Did you find this valuable? Yes. Yes. I love to see that. So hopefully we can see you on a coaching call. I have to go. Thank you so much for having me, Robert. Thank you so much to the USPTA, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Great, Stoli. Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming on and sharing that with us. So Robert's staying on. Anybody have any questions? You guys can feel free to put it in the chat. You're also welcome to unmute yourself and ask it verbally. Robert, looks like looking at the chat box, many have found this very valuable. So, thanks for coming on and doing this.
Yeah, and that's what we're here all about. I mean, we've had some great success using these methods, and it's something that I'm really happy to have shared, and I'm looking forward to having people call us up to be able to help them point in the right direction.
Yeah, excellent. I concur. So we'll take one more minute. If anybody has a question, you guys are welcome to type it in the chat. You're also welcome to unmute yourself and ask it verbally.
And Jason, if you can, if there's any questions there, if you can read them out, that'd be great.
Yeah, happy to. I don't see any questions yet in the chat box, but
great. What I do want to do is everyone can see that I'm leaving up there. If you want to be able to connect, we have our website right there, hightrafficsales.com. If you want to be able to have a free consultation, more than happy to be able to talk to you. Our email address is info@hightrafficsales.com, where you can also request a copy of this presentation. And that's my personal number. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And again, this was my pleasure. I'm really glad that everyone saw a lot of great value and really was able to learn so much from this.
Yeah, it's excellent. So Robert, one question in the chat, which is probably a good question to ask on behalf of everybody, is just simply, which email is best to ask for a copy of the video and a free 30-minute chat with you? Is it this one here, the info@hightrafficsales.com?
That's correct.
Excellent. Good. All right. Well, I think that's it. I don't think there's any more questions, so we'll wrap it up there. Robert, thank you very much for doing this. We appreciate it, and thanks for your patience. We had, we originally had you planned for last week, and we had to switch to this week because we realized that we hadn't put the link for everyone to register in it. Everyone registered without having a direct link to get themselves in, so we had to delay it.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad we were able to do it. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Make sure you enjoy your holidays, and really look forward to speaking to anyone who wants to be pointed in the right direction, and so glad to help.